A few days before the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing resumes, the powerful panel's chairman laid down matters he wants addressed. Among them, the Cabral Files and what looks like questionable actions made by certain personalities being linked to the flood control fiasco. Here is Mobile Journal Marymon Reyes with tonight's big story.
On Monday, January 19, the powerful Senate Blue Ribbon Committee resumes its inquiry into the still developing flood control controversy. As early as now, its chairman and also Senate President Pro Tempore Lacson wants clarity on several issues. First, there's the so-called Cabral Files now with the Public Works Department. These are the yet-to-be-verified documents left behind by the late Maria Catalina Cabral, supposedly the brains behind a formula that allocated DPWH funds across congressional districts, a system that eventually became vulnerable to kickbacks.
We are issuing a subpoena duces tecum to Secretary Vince Dizon with the end in view of consolidating all the files, including but not limited to what the late Undersecretary Cabral left before she died, and which are confirmed to be in the possession of the department and which the Blue Ribbon Committee needs to further enhance our inquiry and investigation.
Batangas 1st District Congressman Leandro Leviste has claimed possession of the Cabral Files. Lacson said the neophyte lawmaker is welcome to appear before the Blue Ribbon to present these papers as well. But the senator prefers these to come from an official source, which in this case is the Public Works Department. Another issue Lacson wants clarified is information his office received that former DPWH Chief Manny Bonoan deliberately sent Malacanang erroneous information linked to flood control projects.
I received reliable information that former DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan deliberately submitted to Malacanang incorrect grid coordinates of thousands of flood control projects all over the country which form part of the Sumbong sa Pangulo website. This resulted in grossly inaccurate data involving some 421 ghost projects on previously inspected flood control projects earlier reported to the public by the said department, and which they are now trying to rectify by comparing the records in their multi-year planning and scheduling, or MIPS, MYPS, Project and Contract Management Application, or PCMA, and other related documents that remain intact and in the possession of the department.
Late last year, Bonoan got clearance to travel with his wife to the United States for medical reasons. Just the same, a subpoena has been sent to his address here in the Philippines for the hearing on Monday. Lacson says whether or not Bonoan shows up, there's a possibility that he might be cited in contempt and later on arrested.
So isipin mo, sumbong sa Pangulo, niloko niya pa. Sa cover up pa lang, no, kitang-kita mo yung kanyang complicity. Now, Secretary Bonoan is in the United States. More or less, may idea naman kami, yung authorities, kung nasaan siya doon. And minomonitor naman siya ng ating embahada ron.
Here's another matter Senator Lacson wants clarified. There have been persistent reports that former House Speaker Martin Romualdez bought a house and lot in a plush subdivision in Makati City through the king and queen of contractors, Curly and Sara Diskaya.
If verified to be true, this could possibly establish a direct connection between the former speaker and the Diskayas. In this regard, we may invite the former owner of the property to shed light. Hindi naman siguro nag-ahente si Diskaya. No? Kung siya yung front, siya yung lumalabas na bumili, ganun na lang kalaki ang tiwala, kung totoo ni former speaker kay Diskaya. So hindi ganun kababaw yung kanilang yung kanilang samahan.
Aside from Romualdez's possible connection to the Diskayas, Lacson wants to know if so-called BGC boys Henry Alcantara and Bryce Hernandez are indeed recanting their previous testimonies made before the Senate. That and information he got wind of that former PNP chief, now MMDA General Manager Nicolas Torre III, attempted to put under his custody former DPW's Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo.
I also intend to clarify with former Yusek Bernardo the circumstances behind a failed attempt by former Chief PNP and now MMDA General Manager Nicolas Torre to take him under the custody of the latter and find out for what purpose.
Kapatid Mobile journalist Marymon Reyes, we R1 News.